In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a fading effect that is a smooth transition where an object gradually appears on the screen. We will use a simple example, the appearance of this logo when the application opens. In PandaSuite, animations like fading are created using the state system. A state corresponds to a specific configuration of one or more objects. By changing states, you can modify the appearance, position, transparency, and create animations for these elements. In PandaSuite, the concept of states exists at multiple levels, including at the screen level. In each screen, state is automatically created, and I can create others to produce appearance effects or animations. I also find this concept of states in certain components, such as the multi-state component, which allows for more localized animations on objects or groups of objects. I'm going to start by creating a first state. I'll go inside my screen number 1. I have a first state, and to achieve this fading effect, I'll start by changing the opacity of my element and set it to 0%, which means my logo is still there, but it's completely invisible. Now I'm going to create a second state. By clicking on the plus sign, I'll get a second state that will be automatically linked, as you can see with the little link icon. In this second state, which is linked to the first, I'll be able to create a smooth transition between the two. In this state, I'll change the opacity of my element, set it to 100%, and I'll also take the opportunity to change its size, increasing it for an even more dynamic effect. To trigger the transition and animate from one state to another, I'll use the trigger for displaying state 1, which will automatically cause state 2 to appear and thus create the transition effect. To do this, I go to state number 1. I'll deselect all the elements on my screen and go to the action panel. By adding a new action, I'm offered a trigger, which is the state display trigger. I select it, which means that as soon as the state is displayed, I can automatically change. I'll choose the action changes screen state to go to state number 2. In the transition options, you can see that there are several parameters you can adjust. You can set a delay, meaning a duration before the animation starts, a duration that corresponds to the length of the transition itself, but also the type of animation curve, whether it's easing out, spring for a more bouncy effect, and so on. What I suggest is to set a 1-second delay, increase the duration of the transition a bit, and use a spring type animation for a slightly bouncier effect. I'll confirm these settings and we'll take a look at the result together. And there you have it. Your logo has beautiful fading effect. Thanks to states and triggers, you can easily create smooth and dynamic animations without writing a single line of code.